Alright, I'm back. So like I was just saying before, personal training sessions are pretty expensive, and also the gym membership is very expensive to be a member there. It starts out at $150 and goes all the way up to $300 per month if you want to get, I forget what he might have just called like the executive membership or whatever, so you get a little more access to certain things. And then there's also a pool that's on another level, and the club itself is actually in a 5-star hotel. I don't know how many floors are in the hotel, but it is a fairly large skyscraper. I would probably say 30 to 40 floors maybe. So very lush area of Miami. And personal training sessions come anywhere. The packages go from 12, 24, or 48 sessions you can buy in blocks. So if you do like a 48 session personal training package, you're looking at spending at least like upper $5,000. So definitely just speaks to the people living in that area of Miami as far as the clientele. I know it was pretty funny. I don't want to say I get the vibe, of course, not everybody's like that living there, but at least in that area I was at in Brickell, a lot of people kind of come across as soft in the sense that if things don't go their way, they kind of like freak out a little bit. Like there was this woman waiting in the lobby when I got done finishing my interview. I just went down the lobby and wrote some notes out or whatever, and she kind of just in a little flustered at the fact that like she was freaking out that she couldn't get her Uber driver to show up or whatever. So then she was just like frantically on her phone, like calling whoever, saying like basically complaining about how her day kind of got messed up with transportation wise, and she just finished running 6 miles kind of thing at the club. And she asked this person that if this person could pick her up or whatever, but I guess it was just a matter how like she was presenting herself and the way her body language is showing it to me, at least, that she just it seemed like she got agitated pretty easily. And and even talking to like some of the Uber drivers that I rode with in Miami, of course I'm not labeling anybody and everybody that lives there that are like that, but I think there's definitely a lot to be said about people that grew up in a very warm climate, and obviously that are maybe born into money and stuff like that. Can definitely it'll definitely get them to be presenting themselves in different ways rather than people that are obviously gonna be born in like a lower socioeconomical status kind of thing. So definitely going into it, like if I decide to pursue more of this job and get hired along, I just thought, like, obviously I have to understand like the clientele I'm going to be involved with are obviously more wealthy people. They're going to have much different perspectives potentially than I would. So but again, that's also like a new experience for me, being around people like that. Not that I would conform to everything they believe in or how they approach certain issues or how they just carry themselves, but again, I've said before in my video, I just learn. I always learn something, at least by being in other people's presence, no matter what their story is or who they are as a person. So I'm definitely interested in still pursuing the job, because right now I'm just trying to have as many options as possible. I have another job interview tomorrow. I have potential I gotta contact this other person for another potential job possibility. I also emailed this one company that's out of Broome, Australia, which is in the northwestern part of Australia, and to see if they'd be so kind as to somehow work out a potential of me working there back in Australia. And they emailed me back within a couple days saying, do you need a work sponsorship? And I said yes I did, so I haven't had a response yet, but I imagine that was probably a turn-off in their eyes. So oh well, that's how it kind of goes. I guess right now I just gotta gain experience being a personal trainer and then go from there. Still kind of looking at wanting to be involved as a fitness instructor on the cruise ship, so I'd be able to travel around. But like I've said before, it seems like you need at least a couple years of experience in the field. But I think also you kind of have to know some people in order to get more into it. So that's why I was thinking about trying to work and live in Miami, and I'm definitely a big fan of living in Miami for sure. So we'll see about that. What else about the interview? Let's see. Another question I just stumbled upon my notes that he did ask was how would you approach program design? And we've learned how to program design through my course at MPTI doing a macrocycle, mesocycle, and microcycle, and it's just kind of those three terms are going to dictate the in-depth of your program layout for a client of yours. But the more I talk to the general manager, they actually have their own in-house type of programming. So it does seem like obviously the education I would learn at MPTI, although it's definitely going to help me with easing into transitioning into a gym like that. Primarily, a lot of that stuff's not going to apply to how they run things, and that's understandable. I mean, it's their own brand, it's their own company, so you can't expect it all to be all the same everywhere you go. Going back to pay, starting out, I think he said either $8 or $9, so $8 or $9 starting out, which is not much, especially living in that part of Miami. So that's something I definitely have to consider right off the bat, because I wouldn't have clients, of course. So I'd be essentially doing gym hours or gym floor hours, getting, even if it's $9 an hour, it'd be somewhere around $8 because of tax and all that. For several months probably. So even if I worked full time, I'd have to factor that in as far as budgeting stuff. But I've already started looking at potentials of getting like a seasonal or another part-time job if I decide I can go to Miami, because I'm really set in stone moving to Miami. But like I just said earlier, I like to have options right now. So yeah, so I'll just say the interview ended with obviously saying pleasure talking to you, all that stuff, but I emailed him about an hour later saying thanks for letting me interview. I just had like one more question I forgot to ask him, or actually he kind of cut me off as far as he had some other things he needed to take care of. But yeah, I interviewed him that, or I emailed him that saying pleasure chatting with you, thanks for letting me interview. I also sent him my resume, an updated resume, just in case he wanted to look at it. And then he said, pleasure chatting with you back, kind of thing. More than happy to schedule another interview session with you where you'd get to meet and talk to the fitness manager and general manager, and then go from there. It seems like they're trying to hire three trainers right now, sometime between the beginning and probably end of December. And I'm trying to line up a job right after I get graduated, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, we'll see. I'll probably email him in the next week or so, saying I'm potentially still interested or whatever, and see about scheduling another visit. It does kind of suck that it's in Miami, so I have to either spend some money or use some air miles, which I do have air miles, so I'm gonna have to pay for the ticket. But even getting around to that location costs money, but that's all right. Still, I'm along for the experience, so it's all good in that sense. I'm gonna end it on that note because this video is getting pretty long right now, and I got some other work I need to get doing, so I'm gonna go get doing to it right now. More updates to come.